And now, the starting lineup for your Brookdale Jersey Blues. Number 5 from Union Beach, Jillian Trigg. From Red Bank, number 10, Maria Trapp. Number 15 from Homedale, Paxton Reddington. From Keensburg, number 22, Kimberly McNillis. And number 44 from Manasquan, Ashley Zito. The Blues are coached by Bob Dubina. He is assisted by Nicole Collins, Kim Rodolphe, and Erica Jones. The head athletic trainer is Jim Anderson.
Hey, I heard you were a wild one. Ooh.
Up.
Took your arm and beat you on. Show me how you do. I wanna shut down the cloud with you. Hey, I heard you like the wild ones, wild ones,
Not doing this? No stand up today? Let's go do whenever they tell us. Just go. Yeah, there you go. Just go around this way.
Jump ball.
All right, here we go. When they tell us we're on, right? Yeah.
They go right into it. We'll
Yeah.
calling it, so.
Okay.
Get this out of here. Okay. Number 5. Put it up.
Maria Trapp for 2.
It's Brookdale playing it early. Press defense here.
I can't hear you.
I know, yeah.
Just wait. Who's 44? Zito?
Zito, yeah, she's a starter. Starter.
Paxton Reddington.
Trigg,
Trigg, yeah, Trigg,
Bob
yeah.
McNillis.
And then McNellis isn't on here?
Stolen, there
It's
you
right
go,
here,
44.
22.
Over to McNillis. Fighting for it.
Jump ball.
Ashley Zito.
Centurions take possession.
Trap, full court trap. That's how you beat it. Oh yeah, that's the big girl right. Is that the big girl right there? Yeah, she's huge. This is
Foul short from Alexa Moles. That's her first. Bucks County first team foul. Traveling violation. Centurions ball. Paxton Reddington for 3.
I don't think there's a remote for that.
Blues ball.
Trap again for 3. Trap shooting threes.
Traveling violation. Blues ball.
This team's really bad. No, they're not.
Three ball from Hudson Reddington. Timeout. Bucks County. 30-second timeout. Foul charge number 5, Jillian Trigg. First personal, first team foul. Morris at the line.
So we have a violation out on the court. It'll wind up Bucks County ball. I understand we might have had some technical difficulties there, but we are live here at the Robert J. Collins Arena for the opening home game for the Brookdale Jersey Blues. They are currently up 10-3 right now. Just under 17 minutes remaining. Pat Groth here and Sean Rosenboim here from last year, so we are glad to be back.
Yes, sir, definitely. And always a pleasure to join you, Pat, here in the booth. As we're about 4 minutes into the game or so, and Brookdale out to an early 10-3 lead.
So Kimberly McNillis, one of the returning players from last year's squad. They made it into the national championship round, but had lost, couldn't quite make it to the end game. There she goes, taking the three. Goes out of bounds.
A lot of three-pointers early on from Brookdale here.
Yeah. Reddington had sunk one before one of the other returning players, along with Maria Trapp, who's wearing number 10 tonight. A little bit of a jersey mix-up, but I'm told that she'll be back to her old number 42 in the coming weeks. And then also Megan DeGroosh, who is back coming, but she's
out, out with a concussion. So they expect to get her back, hopefully in a couple weeks. She's just coming off the tail end of it, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Nothing to take lightly.
Yeah,
Definitely,
not,
you see, with all the other sports, it's always in the coverage, and it really isn't something to take lightly. So hopefully we'll see her back in action on the court here very soon. A couple of the new players working their way into the starting lineup is number 5, Jillian Trigg, and number 44, Ashley Zito. As well as number 12, there she is, Jaisha Smith.
The three-point attack.
Yeah.
The three-point attack is coming. They're going to launch them. They're going to get good looks, and they're going to take them.
13-3, 16 minutes remaining in the first period of play. Ball will be out. Go towards Brookdale.
And early on, looks like Bucks County's turned the ball over a lot. They want to probably settle down. Coach Sullivan did take a timeout early on to settle them down a little bit, and hopefully they can cut down the turnovers and stop giving Brookdale easy chances on the other end.
So Bucks County is looking for their first win. They are currently 0-4. Brookdale standing at 1-2 after playing at the McDonald's Invitational for the past 2 weeks. We have a kickball there on the court, and Bucks County will also make a substitution. They won their first game, which was the last game of the McDonald's Invitational against Albany College. It was a Division I college in Maryland.
It's an impressive win, indeed.
Yeah, 69-62 was the final score to that, where Paxton Reddington, as well as Jaisha Smith, both scored 17 points. And also number 44, Ashley Zito, who's standing there at the top of the key, got herself a double-double with 13 points and 14 rebounds. And here's Smith.
Another bad possession by Bucks County, really an ill-advised shot. As Brookdale comes back down the other way.
Yeah, trying to drive in there, but at 5-1, it's a little tough when you got some taller players right in front of you.
Yeah, Bucks County, they have some size. The offensive ability seems to be lacking right now. They really have no continuity on the offensive end. A lot of stagnant movement, not a lot of cutting off of screens. A lot of moving the ball, but shots that just aren't really good shots. With hands in their face and just kind of forcing a lot of the action here.
Yeah, shot block there by Trapp, which is one of the big facets of her game last year. She's a force to be reckoned with down there. Looks like number 22 might match up with her pretty well. Fighting for the ball there.
Not a bad play on the inbounds play. Hitting the wing, cutting right down the lane.
Yeah.
Just couldn't finish it. Just maybe a little bit more touch on that layup, and she might have hit that. But a much better looking play. Probably the first one we've seen in a little while from Bucks County.
Reddington drove in and got fouled, so she will head to the free throw line. She got herself 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. She was knocking on the door of a triple-double last week against Albany. Just 1 rebound and 1 assist away. Would have been very impressive. She was one of the bright spots of this team last year, and I'm sure they're very happy to have her back. Head coach Bob Dubina returning. They added a new assistant in Kim Rodolfi, as well as looks like Erica Jones and Nicole Collins. Nicole Collins looks familiar from last year. I do remember that. I do remember that name as one of the assistants. Also, stick around here on Brookdale TV. We will have the men's game coming up right after this one. On pace to start around 7 o'clock. So, big block there by Trapp once more. Almost safe from going out of bounds.
Trapp just denying any penetration early on here. Bucks County's going to have to move that ball around. One pass is not going to get done. You have to move the ball a few times to get a good look.
And you can see Coach Dubina getting into number 5, Trigg, there for not really hustling to the ball. But there's some hustle there from Reddington. Going for the steal.
Go with the possession arrow there. I thought maybe a foul might be called there as Reddington was kind of thrown on the floor there, but really just, both sides fighting for the ball. Not too much going on there.
Yeah. Almost tapped there and couldn't get full possession.
And again, just mistiming the pass. As the cutter just hit the defender as the ball got there. Not much the cutter can do. Her teammate has to put her in a better situation at that point to be able to, continue moving with the ball and get to the basket.
Trapp coming around the back, and she'll get it. Taking the 3.
She's taken a couple of those. It seems to be one of the points of emphasis this year for Trapp, maybe getting out there, hitting some jump shots, keeping the defense honest and away from the basket.
Brookdale's been playing the swarming defense early in the first period. Reddington comes away with it there as they fight and grab the rebound back. 3 up. Sinks it.
Defense fell asleep on that. Reddington got caught into the basket, made a good decision, came back out to the three-point line, and no one really came with her. And again, another turnover here by Bucks County. Just the timing on the passes are off, and they really have to find someone that can handle the ball for them and settle them down a little bit. We'll see if Coach Sullivan decides to, keep the ball in the hands of any of the guards that are on the floor now. Maybe she'll put someone into the game.
Brianna Rodriguez enters the game for Brookdale.
So Brianna Rodriguez getting her first action of the game. She will replace Ashley Zito, number 44. Rodriguez is wearing 11. Shot good there by Trapp.
Trapp getting going early on here.
19-3, 13 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the first period. Brookdale has not let Bucks County score since in the opening
and again,
minute of the
defense is really stifling Bucks County. The ball movement is just not where it needs to be for Bucks County right now. They're forcing passes. They're mistiming their passes. There's very little penetration. They have to start moving the ball a little bit better in order to get baskets.
Trapp in the corner trying to float it up there to Rodriguez, but
bit of a hopeful pass there.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of penetration there as number was that 11? Picks up the foul. At least McClintock.
So number 12, Kelsey Fuller, sophomore out of Langhorne, Pennsylvania. Or never scratch that. Number 4, Alexa Moores will pass it in from the inbound.
There's a turnover there. Jasia Smith just a little bit off on that, maybe forcing the action a little bit, trying to push the ball up there. When one-on-one the defender couldn't finish. We'll see if they can get back on the defensive end here.
Shot goes up quick, 3 there from number 14, Jackie Walsh, and falls a little short.
Good hustle by Alexa Morse to try to get to that rebound, but just couldn't control it and got caught into the basket, double dribbling.
Hey man, let them know. Someone just texted me. There's no audio. They can't hear us. Someone's watching on TV on Fios. They can't hear. Can't hear anything.
Jasia Smith for 3. Assisted by Trent. Timeout, Bucks County.
Can't hear anything. So 12:37 remaining here. Brookdale 22 and Bucks County 3. Sean, did you know that you can now listen to Brookdale Public Radio anywhere? You can download the free mobile app on Android and iPhone from 90.5thenight.org/mobile and listen to 90.5 The Night Alt Rock and our show. Are you still doing the show this year?
I do a show, yes.
So our show's on Brookdale Student Radio as well, and even the FM Flashback on your smartphone or tablet. Listen anywhere, anytime. You can also find 90.5 The Night on Facebook, follow them on Twitter, and even become a member right on your mobile device. That's Brookdale Public Radio Mobile at the Apple App Store, Google Play Store, or by heading to 90.5thenight.org/mobile.
A great app. You can use any of the listen to any of the 3 stations, HD radio or the student radio as well. So
absolutely, us being a community college here, our antenna, the tower, only throws out so far in the Monmouth, Ocean County area, as well as the TV too. Yep. TV also now is live streaming, so if you're going to be away from one of the games and you still want to watch it, you can watch Brookdale Athletics from anywhere now with the live stream available on our website. So you head over to brookdalecc.edu, navigate to the community tab, and then select Brookdale Television. From there, you'd click the live streaming link, and you are engulfed in everything Brookdale TV has to offer. So you're covered anywhere you are now. No excuses, people. 12:37 remaining as we're coming out of the timeout. Looks like Reddington had come off the court, replaced by number 4, Danielle Pacini.
Good swarming defense by Brookdale to get to that ball.
Yeah, everyone getting a hand in there and couldn't really hold on to it. It'll be jump ball. Possession going to the Centurions. That's a great name, by the way. That's a great mascot, Centurions.
Oh, the team color is not so impressive.
Both teams with 2 fouls at the moment. Fighting on the ball, fighting on the ground. Trap gets it away.
Still loose. Again, the hustle paying off for Brookdale. Just tying the ball up a couple times, getting on the floor, getting scrappy. Coming up with the ball.
So Smith is bringing it up the court, setting everything up after coming off a great game. Over the trap, drive it in, shot, and it's good.
That free throw jumper is going to be there all day. If she gets that look, she's going to take it. She's been working on her jump shots, and clearly she's been making them.
Once again, fighting for the ball
just
there.
Dribbling into a trap. Just nobody moving, nobody coming to the ball for Bucks. Just kind of standing around watching the ball. Just not really any flow to the offense so far.
Driving in again. Once was Smith.
Not a bad decision to go to the basket, but kind of lost the ball on her way up.
It was tapped out by Bucks County, so we'll stay on this side of the court. Inbound there by number 4, Danielle Pacini. One of the freshmen incoming here to Brookdale program. (24-3), 11.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Again, if you watch Bucks County, there's just not a lot of movement going on here on the offensive end for them.
It's a nice save there by number 5, Jillian Trigg.
It's making it real easy to play defense for Brookdale. There's no screens being set. There's no kind of motion. not a lot of tough decisions to make.
Ooh, errant pass there by Brookdale. We'll head back court. Yeah, it's very, very vanilla play calling.
Yeah, not a lot of motion at all, and I'm a little surprised that Coach Sullivan hasn't done anything here to shake it up a little bit. Maybe, get some movement going.
Yeah.
Go with a couple of screens, something, pick and roll, anything, just to get the offense flowing a little bit. And as you see it now, there's just not a lot of movement, and they're just throwing passes to people that are covered. No one's moving away from the ball. No one's moving to the ball. It's really easy for the defense to defend the ball when they don't have to worry about where their man's going to be because they know where they're going to be. They're just in the same spot they've been the whole possession. And
you heard Coach Sullivan calling it out from the sideline. It's not only the passes that are going a little bit, but the player has to come up and get the ball and not just, expect that.
It's a very
Brookdale's going to let them get it.
It's a very passive way of playing, is waiting for the ball to get to you. You got to go get the ball. You got to make the plays as opposed to waiting for them to come to you.
Quick shot there was number 21, Amanda Jeffrey.
Yeah, tough shot there.
Grabbed quick there by Jaisha Smith.
Great
pushing it down the court.
There. She might want to come back with that ball, but a good job to stay there and handle that ball by Smith. And right now, Bucks is just getting outworked on both ends of the floor. Not much going on for offense. You got to credit. There's a couple girls they're putting their hearts out there. They're throwing up shots, but they're just not high percentage looks. Just a lot of people in their face, just kind of forcing the action right now.
So with 10:22 remaining, Brookdale's up 26-5. We'd also like to throw out a big congratulations to the women's soccer team, national champions for the second year in a row, winning in the 1-0 overtime game this past weekend. Brookdale TV was out covering it. I did the first game, and we also had our very own Tim Califano, who will hopefully be joining us in the coming weeks in this broadcast. Calling the championship game is very exciting from what he said. So congratulations to them. Head coach Katie Miller grabbing her second national championship. Also, we see a banner hanging up here that Brookdale has been honored with, not only hosting the Region 19 tournament again this year, but also the 2016 Division III Women's Basketball National Championship. So in March of 2016, that's a big honor.
That's a big honor. It's going to fill this place.
Absolutely.
They're going to fill the seats here. So
we're going to have teams from all around the nation, the best from the NJCAA, coming and showing their talents. Hopefully Brookdale can get in there. That's a long road ahead. We're still in 2014 season.
We're still a little ways away, but I'm sure we'll be there in no time.
Coach Bob Dabina is always putting together a good squad. You see picking up right where they left off from last year. Trigg picks up the foul. That is her second, third for the team.
Again, swarming defense, just going right at the ball, making it the ball handler make quick decisions that they're not able to make because their teammates are just not moving and getting them open for them.
Alexa Moore's passing in. She's been hustling all around the court today.
Good inbounds pass there.
Shots are open, but the shot couldn't go up. She grabs it, tries to put it back up.
Couldn't capitalize on the offensive rebound. Oh, but that turnover there on the offensive end for Brookdale. Again,
really,
just swarming the ball, just all over it.
Hands up. Always putting their hands up. We're going to get jump ball going to the Jersey Blues. Number 44, Zito is checking in for number 5, Trigg.
It's going to be a long day for Bucks County if their offense keeps looking like this. They're just getting no movement whatsoever. There's no semblance of any screens, any movement off the ball, a lot of watching the ball. Again, the three-point game, a little bit inconsistent for Brookdale.
Yeah, they sank a few, but it's 26-5.
See a little bit more motion now, a little bit of screens, a little bit of getting the ball across the court. Good cut there by number 23.
The passes were looking better on this possession.
But again, Brookdale swarming the ball.
They haven't had much luck, much success really down there in the paint. They got to start trying to get some shots around the perimeter.
Well, the defense hasn't really had to move. I mean, they're playing a 3-2 zone, so really just kind of occupying space and not really having to make decisions, which, against his own defense, you want the defense to have to make decisions, pick someone and maybe make a wrong decision once in a while to get yourself a good look. So without the movement from the offense, there's not a lot of decisions that have to be made by the defense. You kind of just have your spot and you control your spot, and that's all you have to do.
9 minutes remaining. Brookdale up 26-5. Jasia Smith rushing in there. Shot put up, but it was no good. The putback by number 44, Ashley Zito, was good for 2.
Seen a little bit more movement here from Bucks County.
Nice pass between the legs there.
Listen, and it results in a good shot. Just got to make that, but looking a little bit better there after the last timeout. Bucks County's looking a little bit better on the offensive end.
Fine Zito on the inside.
Though, not getting the stops that they're going to need.
Brookdale's been on a big run here. It's 30-5 now. Fighting
again,
around
Bucks County,
inside. Yeah.
got to move. Number 12's got to flash through the lane there.
Once they start standing still.
Just hurry the
Shot
shot
sails
there.
over the
Shot clock
rim.
running down. Again, a forced shot with the shot clock running down. And again, they really need to be moving without the ball.
Quick pass inside, and the shot goes up. Doesn't land for the Blues.
Loose ball foul there.
So the foul looks like against number 4, Danielle Pacini.
Bucks County has to keep this offense going a little bit. They're moving a little bit better, but maybe one step behind the defense. They need to get ahead of the defense. A couple of quick moves, a couple of good cuts, a couple of back screens, get themselves some good looks here. Again, Brookdale all over it. They seem to be running the same play over and over again, and Brookdale's just sniffing it out and just jumping in the passing lane before the ball gets there.
They've picked it up very quick, but they drew a foul there. Hopefully they can grab a couple at the free throw line.
But, you know, it's a lot of the secondary motion. On that play, you have the wing cutting through the lane, but you need the secondary motion behind that where if she can't get through uncovered, that there should be a trailer behind her, you know, with an ability to hit a jump shot or even come back through the lane behind her. There's just not a lot of that, not a lot of movement, no screens.
So this Thanksgiving, we've got a special serving of holiday cheer that's guaranteed to whet your appetite right before you sit down for your big feast. At 12 noon, you've got a seat at Alice's Restaurant as 90.5 The Night continues the Thanksgiving tradition of playing Arlo Guthrie's epic ode to civil disobedience, the Alice's Restaurant's Massacre. Then at 7 p.m., after you've had your seconds and maybe even thirds, we're offering a side dish of lumpy gravy as we play Frank Zappa's legendary classic in its entirety. Got a couple substitutions coming in. This Thanksgiving, it'll be a feast for your ears from 90.5 The Night, celebrating 40 years of serving the community.
And Coach Dabina going back to a couple of his starters, Reddington, Trapp, and I guess McNellis.
Yeah, she's in there as well. She was in the starting lineup. I would expect Jasia Smith to start working her way into the starting lineup as well. She's shown some very, flashes of really greatness here in the opening minutes of this game.
Yeah, and definitely on the defensive end, she's really doing a good job of pressuring the ball and creating turnovers.
Quick getting to the basket as well. Maria Trapp going to head to the line where she is very efficient. 7:09 remaining. Brookdale with the lead, 30-5. First one is good. We'll see if she can make it a 32-5 game. And she does. So Bucks County's got to start really getting some of these offensive possessions
over 5
going.
minutes now without scoring a basket. They really need to get one here.
What do you think they got to do before they start to get out of hand?
I think, like I said, it's the movement on offense. And as they get called for a travel there, the ball handler is being put in a really tough spot. When you get the ball, your teammates need to be moving off of you and give you options. The problem is there aren't a lot of options for the ball handler because there aren't people cutting to the basket. There aren't people moving and setting screens. It's just a really stagnant, very white vanilla offense, as you called it earlier. Just not a lot going on, and you're not going to be able to get a lot of baskets that way.
McNellis is open in the corner, but Smith will take the shot. Falls into the hands of number 14 from Bucks County. We also have a foul.
All things considered, Bucks County on the defensive end, especially in the last couple minutes or so, has looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Crashing the boards, getting rebounds, not letting Brookdale get second chances. Not a lot of easy looks for Brookdale. But again, their offensive struggles are really hurting them right now.
And you can see that they're starting to pick up that it's tough for them to get there in the paint. So they're trying to get some of these outside shots, but Brookdale's defense is good everywhere.
Swarming zone defense.
Yeah.
A good move there. And finally they get a basket after about 5 minutes with that one.
Alexa Moores puts it up for the Centurions.
Yeah.
So that's Kimberly McNellis' second violation. Carrying now, earlier was the double dribble. See the frustration on Coach Bob Dubina's face.
McNellis looks to be upset with herself as well.
Yeah. Those little mistakes, especially when you're a second-year player on the team and been playing basketball for, I'm sure, a good portion of her life, that those little mistakes, they always get you.
Those
they
unforced
bug
errors.
you.
Yeah, those unforced errors are the ones that always get to you.
Yep.
But good players shake them off, and she'll come back and she'll contribute.
Absolutely.
McNellis is open in the corner.
They're
really slowing the tempo.
She's a tall 5'1". She doesn't play like she's 5'1". They keep trying to get it to her in the corner. We got 12 seconds remaining.
Really
on the
spreading
shot
out this
clock.
defense very well, though.
Shot's got to go up. 3 just goes off the backboard.
Smith's been struggling from long range.
And there's that defense again. Getting a little tangled up. Elise McClintock gets up under her own power.
And now with Brookdale in the penalty, that's going to maybe a couple easy baskets here for the much-needed baskets for Bucks.
Now they get one of Brookdale's most prolific scorers on the bench in Reddington with 3 fouls, presumably for the rest of this half and probably a good portion of the second half. Those are the shots you got to make when it's a 32-7 game. You got
an offensive rebound on the free throw and just can't convert.
But they catch a little bit of luck as it sails out of bounds. Last touch by Trapp. So Moores is going to toss it in.
Good pass inside.
They can't let it linger. I
There
think
it
that's
is.
a problem.
Yeah.
That's been, again, is they make the shot there. When they let the ball linger around, they can't really get a play going. They got to
Quick
go
decisions.
quick.
You have to make quick decisions in this game. And if you're going to stand around and watch everybody, there's nothing's going to happen. And McNellis, again.
So that's her third. And Coach Bob is not happy.
He wants her to have a seat next to him and maybe talk to him about it a little bit.
Very quickly sending in Pacini.
Hey, Coach Bob is not happy right now. Letting her have it a little bit.
Take it from the top. There you go. One of those quick possessions we were just talking about. Offensive rebound as well.
And Trapp again with a block.
Yeah, she's too good with that.
Yeah, she's been unstoppable. On the defensive end, she's just been a beast on the defensive end. Just no one getting anything by her at all. Quick shot there. Not a bad look, all things considered. But we got to get back on the defensive
Smith going
end.
coast to coast.
Smith struggling, though.
Yeah.
She's got the speed to get out in front of the defense, but just having trouble finish. Good move by Trapp to get inside.
Oh,
reckless with the ball there.
But I don't know if it was just her, the ball getting away from her, or it was a miscommunication. Her teammate did start to look away as the ball was coming out towards her. But it will stay their ball. See Reddington stretching out her knee, which was messed up in the region final last year. Got a brace on it and some wrap around it as well. She's going to head over to the trainer's table.
Yep. There's a 3 there. Oh, good.
They get the rebound.
Yeah. And now Bucks looks to be a little bit chucking the ball a little bit on the offensive end. Last few possessions, quick 3-pointers. Maybe that one was a little ill-advised.
Yeah.
Just kind of a forced shot there. But, you got to appreciate the effort trying to get something going on the offensive end. But maybe a little bit of ball movement would be what they need as opposed to just throwing up shots that are contested.
Yeah. So Bucks is looking for its first win of the year, as we said earlier. Dropped 4 straight, 3 region, 19 games. So that's tough to lose. 3 region games right off the bat doesn't help with your later in the season playoff hopes. This is the Centurions' highest scoring output. It came on Saturday. They lost a nail-biters 55-51 against Lehigh Carbon, who's also in the EPAC, which is the Eastern Pennsylvania Athletic Conference. Region 19 encompasses both the Garden State and Eastern Pennsylvania.
And that last possession, Trapp had a little bit of trouble handling the ball there. She fell down, got up, but regained her composure and got the ball to Smith. But a little bit of a sloppy couple minutes here for Brookdale.
4:10 remaining, 32-9. Brookdale still in the lead. It's a little bit longer of a shot there, taken by Ashley Zito, just above the three-point line. It sails over the rim. Fast break couldn't go for number 12.
Pushing it maybe a little too much. Maybe wanted to wait for her teammates there, but could get it down there.
Shot from the corner.
Smith struggling. She hasn't made too many of those.
It's a little bit of a mismatch there. Was Trapp on number 3, Haley Ringkamp.
Now that happens when you play his own sometimes.
Yeah. She's going to drive in and get fouled.
Yeah. Again, Bucks not playing too poorly on the defensive end, but on the offensive end, just having all kinds of trouble. Just started forcing up shots, trying to push the ball. They're trying to do a little bit more now to quicken the pace, but not a lot going on the offensive end.
So that's the featured event in Brookdale participation. In 2014's The Big Read, author Julia Alvarez was the author of In the Time of Butterflies, and Before We Were Free, we'll speak to the campus community at 7 p.m. right here in the Collins Arena. The event is both part of the Visiting Writers Series, which is a staple here at Brookdale, and the Big Read programs presented by the Center for Holocaust, Human Rights, and Genocide Education at Brookdale. You can go over to change.org with 2 H's, so that's CHHANGE.org. General admission is $10. Brookdale students with the current ID are free. For additional information, contact Dale Daniels at 732-224-2074. That's 732-224-2074. That is November 25th from 7 to 9 right here in the Collins Arena.
And another, ill-advised
short shot there,
Yeah, just not a good looks here.
But a block there, so we got a little bit of a mismatch in height. Number 14, Jackie Walsh on Jaisha Smith from the Blues.
Winter Seed heads back in for the Centurions.
3:05 remaining. Brookdale 34, Bucks County 9. Still trying to break into that double-digit barrier.
Offensive rebound there for Trapp.
Driving into the basket. Grabs her own rebound.
Can't control it, though.
Yeah.
Good hustle there by Moore.
Fast break here.
Got to use your teammates.
Got in place, yeah.
Got to use your teammates. You had a teammate out in front. Could have made the pass. Maybe a little too anxious to finish herself. But they're going to hang on to the ball, but they're really having a lot of problems getting to the basket. With 2:48 left, they're still at 9 points. Oh, good play there, but just couldn't finish. And here we go.
Trapp recovered very well, and here's Smith on a fast break, and she can grab some easy points there.
Again, a lot of jogging back on defense there for Bucks County, looking a little deflated early on here. They're trying. It's tough. They're just not getting a lot of movement going on the offensive end, and Brookdale's defense is really just locking them down, and there's another turnover there.
Grab there by number 21, Amanda Jeffrey, who's seeing her first action of the night with 2 of Brookdale's starters out, with one with foul trouble and one with a lot of small violations.
Yep.
Also, DeGroosh out as well with the concussion.
And the loose ball foul there, just a little bit too much. But again, chance for Bucks to get a couple points here at the free throw line, but they haven't really been hitting their free throws, so they're just offensively, there's not much going on.
Yeah. So number 22, Alexa Winterstein, one of the sophomores on the squad, is heading to the line to shoot a free throw.
Just caught the front of the
1-and-1.
Really struggling, even from the free throw line here. Good job on the defensive end here.
2 minutes remaining as the shot goes up for Brookdale, and it's good.
Yeah.
Is that from 3? That was only 2.
Yeah.
She was close to the line.
It's a little
shot,
just
but
a tough shot. And then just jogging back on defense.
Yeah, hanging her head, not getting back into the game.
Brookdale's just going to go right to the basket.
They're going to take full advantage of that, but the shot didn't land. Alexa
Moore's
Moore's hustling.
Pushing the ball here.
Tried to hesitate. She saw a trap.
And she got a foul call, I believe. Yeah. Moore seems to be one of the only ones out here really moving around for.
Yeah, she's
Bucks
really
County.
hustling.
Yeah.
Felson present Maria Truck. First personal.
38-9. Minute and a half left. Moores is going to shoot a couple of free throws.
Can't hit the first one. So seems to be a lid on that basket, Pat.
It's been a tough couple minutes in this first period. Number 5, Erica McCreary, is going to come in for the final minute and a half and get her first action of the game.
Neither free
Right
throw
off the
goes in.
back, yeah, right off the back of the rim.
Just nothing happening right now for Bucks County.
Brookdale just kind of running down the clock, passing it all around. She had the open three, takes it,
Gets
and
the
it
bounce.
bounces in.
Didn't look pretty, but it went in.
So we got a minute and a half. I'm sorry, minute remaining now, 40-9.
Good defense there.
And she got a hand on the ball, and she's open, but ball got tangled up.
Good job of
Defense
hustling.
was quick to get on her there. She's got 1-on-2.
Good move by
and
Trapp. Good spin move.
What a spin there. Oh, boy.
Spinning and winning. Getting it done.
45 and counting. So we got 30 seconds left. 43-9.
Oh, good move there into the middle. Can't get it.
Bucks
Can't
County trying to just
go
get
right on
past
this
that.
basket.
Yeah, trying to get past that 10-point mark, and they really can.
Oh, good job getting down the court quickly.
Quick inside
Good
shot.
hustle by Smith there. She could finish it.
Yeah, Smith
There it
wrestled
is.
the ball away and got Brookdale up to 45.
Jaja Smith's really creating a lot of problems for the Bucks offense here.
Yeah.
There's another turnover in the corner.
We got 5 seconds counting down. She's going to take the final shot at Smith.
just-
She can get it up.
She gets it off, and
And
it
she
is
grabs
good
it.
at the buzzer.
So 47-9 as we head into the half.
Brookdale leads Bucks County 47-9.
So, I mean, Bucks County has really put themselves into a bit of a hole here with 47-9. Brookdale was compiling a lot of fouls, especially Paxton Reddington. You also had Kimberly McNellis struggling. I mean, what does Bucks got to do to try to get back into this?
Listen, they got to do what we've been saying the whole time. They got to move the ball, get people moving. It's the lack of movement that's really killing Bucks right now. They have to get to the basket, but they have to move off of the ball. It's the big key for them right now is to set some screens, get the defense moving, because when the defense just knows where you're going to be, it's a lot easier for them to jump in the passing lanes and get in front of the ball there.
So we're seeing our first bit of action of the women's squad here. Doing very well, I would say, 47-9. We'll be back in about 15 minutes from the half.
Planning a large-scale event or conference? Consider Brookdale Community College and its versatile Collins Arena. The Collins Arena is the premier venue for all kinds of corporate and community events. Live concerts and celebrity happenings, trade shows and expositions, sporting events and tournaments. The Collins Arena has countless layout options to meet your needs. Bring your next event to life at the Collins Arena at Brookdale Community College. Go to brookdalecc.edu/events and start planning your next event now.
I choose to coach national champions. We've had some great success. The program, it's produced, I think, some great student athletes. We've been successful on the court, and we've also been very successful off the court. I'm Paul Chizak, head basketball coach of the Jersey Blues national champions.
Success starts at Brookdale.
I live my dream every day working in my own restaurant.
It's great waking up every day, coming to a job I love, and seeing, getting an immediate response from people who probably wouldn't have got that without my start at Brookdale. The Culinary Education Center at Brookdale was great to me because it taught me the basic skills I needed to pursue a career in the industry that I love, which eventually led to me opening my own restaurant. Each year we've continued to grow, added staff members, I'm proud to say all of which are either graduates or students of Brookdale's Culinary Education Center. I've also been fortunate enough to be nominated twice for James Beard Award, Best Chef Mid-Atlantic. Brookdale's easy. It's accessible. It's right in your own backyard. Course times are all varied. You could always fit it in your schedule. You have no reason not to go.
My name's Andrew Aranio, owner of Drew's Bayshore Bistro and Seaport, and I got my start at Brookdale.
I choose to be a winner, on and off the court. Brookdale helped me achieve my success by putting the right people around me. The athletic department is one of the best, giving us mentors off the court, being able to succeed in the classroom, getting on the dean's list, and then to be able to win the national championship. I'm Neil Thompson, Jersey Blues national champion. Success starts at Brookdale.
All of the action is closer than you think here at Brookdale Community College. Join us in the new Robert J. Collins Arena located on the south side of the Lincroft campus. The Collins Arena is a multi-purpose venue that is used for several campus and community events. Numerous layout options allow the arena to accommodate a variety of special events, including live concerts, intense mixed martial arts and kickboxing tournaments, high-flying cheerleading competitions, the well-designed Jersey Shore Home Show, and the Shore Conference basketball tournament for all the sports fanatics looking for an unforgettable game day experience. Don't wait, grab your tickets today and join us in the Robert J. Collins Arena, where every event is a special event. Learn more about our upcoming events today. Call us at 732-224-1867. For more information, find us at brookdalecc.edu/events.
Hi, and welcome to Brookdale Newsmakers, your source for what's happening on our campus and in your community. I'm Darren D'Amato, and joining us today is Zach Eisenberg, Vice President of PTK. Zach, thank you for coming here.
It's a pleasure to be here, Darren. Thanks for having me.
And what does PTK stand for?
Phi Theta Kappa. That's the aggregate society of what we're constituents of.
Okay, and what are you constituents of?
The Honor Society. That's the federal whole society that we are representatives of, and our chapter particularly at Brookdale is Alpha Pi Theta.
Okay, and I understand that you have embarked upon a new initiative as part of PTK?
Yes, it is. C4. It's short for Community College Completion Corps. That's the initiative that they have taken as a whole, PTK, and Alpha Pi Theta is doing things in particular throughout this year specifically to carry that out and promote it.
Okay, and why is it so important for students to get their associate's degree?
Well, as advocates of the Honor Society, we want to promote how you receive your certificate and how imperative that is before you matriculate onto a four-year institution. There are articulation agreements with four-year schools, but that's not enough because there are students that are circumventing the whole process and leaving after 1 year, and we want to strive to show how important it is that you utilize to its fullest capacity what Brookdale and other community colleges have to offer.
Okay, and what happens when a student is circumventing Brookdale?
Well, the thing is that after 2 years, sometimes 3, 20% of students actually do not complete all of their credentials before that 3-year or 2-year framework. So what happens is when they apply to a 4-year institution for any sort of jobs, they don't have the full accolades that they could have. The transfer process becomes a little intricate as far as the credits taken. If you have your associate's degree, it's a little easier. It facilitates that process of how many credits they take. And more importantly, it's a financially sound decision how you can go on to a 4-year school. And they compensate for that pretty generously.
Okay, so there are some economical ramifications if a student were to not matriculate here at Brookdale?
Correct, and even on the toolkit on the community college site, that's cccompletioncorps.com, the Community College Completion Corps. It states facts. It's not just rhetoric. It goes into long-term effects as well. Typically, the student on average receives $8,000 more a year if they do complete their associate's degree, $400,000 in a lifetime, so that's a significant amount as well. So vis-a-vis getting a job and keeping that job as well, it's pretty important. And unemployment is actually decreased on average 30% when a student does receive their associate's degree and goes on to receive a job afterwards.
Okay, so what are some of the initiatives that you've embarked upon as part of the C4 initiative?
Well, so far this year, we've taken a dichotomous approach with executives from the school, such as Dr. Murphy, our president, and other individuals as well. We have signs in our library, that's a Bankier library, and other parts of campus, such as Larison Hall, where the majority of English classes are as well. Those are optimal demographics we want to reach out to because most kids are in the library, whether they're studying or not. We have displays. They sign banners just to show that they advocate and support. They want to promote this program to show that they are willing to get their certificate first, antecedent to graduating and going on to a 4-year school or a vocational job or anything that they're interested in. That's pretty much where our support lies in other students. We are students taking the initiative to entice them to join, and the most influential people are fellow peers and students, and that's why we want to take this road. It's not professors can do a significant job considerably when it comes to impacting their students in the classroom, but the most important people that can influence others is your fellow students that are juxtaposed next to you in each class.
Okay, thank you, Zach, and we're very fortuitous to have you have joined us today. Thank you for joining us on Brookdale Newsmakers. Our guest today was Zach Eisenberg. For more information, visit brookdalecc.edu or check us out on Facebook. I'm Darren D'Amato, and see you next time here on Brookdale Newsmakers.
I get to make people's dreams a reality and help them protect their most valuable assets.
Every day, I get to give your dreams a chance.
I get to provide the best healthcare experience for our patients.
I get to give students the opportunity to be creative in all areas of the performing arts.
I got my start at Brookdale.
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 While we hope you enjoy your time here, we would like to take a minute to remind you of the
importance of good sportsmanship.
The National Junior College Athletic Association is committed
to the ideals of good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play.
We ask all fans,
coaches and players to show respect
for the opposing team,
game officials, and each other before, during,
and after today's game.
persons throwing objects or participating in other acts
In conflict with good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play.
are subject to ejection and prosecution.
Your cooperation is greatly appreciated.
We are all leaders.
Thank you.
I'm Rich Robinson. I'm the program director for Brookdale Public Radio, 90.5 tonight. Well, I love the idea of working with the students, getting a chance to kind of pay it forward because I got my start here at Brookdale. So in that respect, it's great that I get a chance to bring back to Brookdale all that Brookdale gave me. The radio station is one of the most popular stations in the area, and that's also pretty much a thrill that I get to play lots of cool music and interview great people like Gloria Steinem, people like that have come through here, have some fun. If students are truly interested in pursuing radio and they go through the academic courses that are offered here, then they have all the opportunity in the world to learn how to be on the radio and do it professionally. I mean, that's the basis of what we do here at 90.5 tonight, is to run a very professional radio station that just happens to be on a college campus and part of a college community. So that when students become part of our station, they're trained by people that have been doing it for a living professionally for decades, and they learn how to do it the right way so that they're well versed to leave here and get a job in the industry. It's our mission, first of all, to be a community radio station. So letting the communities know what we're doing here on the campus is pretty important, but also being the voice of the community for the community, I think, is very important.
Welcome back to the second half of action at the Robert J. Collins Arena. Brookdale 47, Bucks County Centurions 9. We were talking a little bit before the half about, kind of what they got to do to get back into it. It's execution.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. It's moving the ball, moving without the ball, and setting screens and giving your teammates opportunity to use you as well as their other teammates, and just creating some sort of, semblance of offense. There's really there's nowhere to go with the ball. There's nothing to do with the ball, and they really need to be able to do that in order to score some baskets.
So we're going to have the original starting lineup come back out from the start of the game with Reddington in foul trouble, and DeGrush there from the corner misses her shot. Grabbed again by Reddington. DeGrush was in a lot of procedure calls, trying to work it around to her again, but Trap will take it.
Good move by Reddington.
Move inside doesn't go.
2 offensive rebounds early on here. Maybe 3 right here. And just 4.
Just putbacks. Offensive
if you're
rebounding.
Bucks County, you can't let this happen. 5 offensive rebounds on the first possession of the half. If you're Bucks County, there's no way you're going to be able to come back in this game if this happens.
It's very tough to really kind of get anything going when your defense can't grab the
ball. They did a pretty good job of rebounding in the first half.
Yeah.
There weren't a lot of second chance opportunities.
Half,
especially the second half of it. But there weren't a lot of second chance opportunities. They really did a good job of crashing the boards. Just looking like they're out of it right now, and they really they need to get it going early in the second half. Make a little bit of a run. They can make a run early, make a run late, and maybe get themselves back into this game.
So Ashley Zito will take her second free throw, no good, and it's grabbed there again by Trapp.
Good fake by Reddington.
Spot up jumper there, bounces out, but tapped out by Trapp. Grabbed by Reddington once more, so that's about 7 offensive rebounds in one possession.
Rebounds in one possession.
This could turn out to be a 3-point, 4-point play now.
Way downtown.
Big 3 there by Reddington with the 1 free throw.
Yeah.
The rebound off the miss and the 3-point. It takes the wind out of your sails.
There's nothing you can do about it. If you're Bucks County, you have to be able to grab those rebounds. Again, Bucks County, a lot of standing around watching. Nobody's cutting. Defense jumps in the passing lane and turns it over. And it's a lot of what we saw in the first half here.
I believe you used the term earlier. You said they look very deflated.
Yeah, really deflated, although there's a good rebound there. But it's not just, I don't know if it's the effort. I don't know what it is, but there's just no movement. There's no setting screens. There's no cutting through the lane, even without the ball, just to create something, get the defense moving.
Yeah. And Bucks County's not a bad program. They usually, it's usually a pretty competitive game when either the men's or the women's come into the Collins Arena.
It's kind of hard to watch, to be honest. Just not a lot going on here.
So they're going to take the inbound pass, number 4, Alexa Moores.
Good play on the inbounds there. That's a good play.
There you go.
The first legitimate good offensive play we've seen in a long time. Reddington again for 3.
And there it is. That's her third 3 of the night.
Just making it look easy.
Yeah. Could tell she was getting itchy on the bench there. She comes out and makes 2 straight 3-point plays. Moore's trying her hardest here.
But just the defense swarming. Trap with another block.
A lot of height advantages in Brookdale
again, like
for
I
the
said,
squad.
Moore's going to the basket. There need to be teammates following her, from the weak side, just giving her somewhere to go with the ball if it's not there.
So don't forget, guys, stick around after this game. The men's squad will be lining up against Raritan Valley. The Golden Lions standing at 2-2. And Jersey Blues are at 1-2. As we have fast break possession here. Number 5, Jillian Trigg coming down over to McNillis.
Good job of McNillis. Good move. Ball fighting
Ball
forward.
going around everywhere. Toss back in. Somehow
ends
winds
up
up
in
in the
McNillis'
hands.
and she finishes.
17 and a half minutes.
That wasn't for a
remaining.
lack of effort there, Bucks. Just a bad bounce for them. And the ball ends up in McNillis' hands. And there's just not much going right for them right now. Tough pass
Almost
there.
a steal there.
Again, dribbles into the defense. Has nowhere to go with the ball.
Ball above the backboard there. Trap setting things up at the top of the key. And ball gets away from her a little bit. She recovers.
Reddington's open at the top if they find defense kind of making their way over to her now.
They've been having a lot of quick possession, so they're slowing things down a little bit here, setting it up. Really,
ball movement there.
Looks like they're really trying to get it over to Reddington. That was a nice pass there. No look.
Little, penetration and kick to the top of the foul line. Perfectly executed. Exactly what Bucks County's not doing is what Brookdale's doing right now. Executing well on the offensive end. There's a bad pass there.
Yeah. But it winds up in the hands of Moores.
That's a good pass.
And they're starting to find the backboard here, but it's just the placement is a little off. They weren't really hitting it. I think when you're struggling a little bit on your shots, try to hit that backboard a little bit
It's
to
a
guide
combination
you.
of turning the ball over, struggling on your shots, not moving on offense, just everything just amounting to an awful offensive performance.
3 for Trigg, sails over the rim, but it is grabbed by Trapp into the hands of Bucks County.
But again,
Driving
Moore now
down the
going in on
court.
4 people, but you know what? She got it. She got it done. And if no one's going to run with her, she'll take it herself.
So that was Bucks County's first. The baskets are coming so far apart. It took them
block
2
there.
minutes to get more points on the
A
board.
little bit of energy here now by Bucks County. Oh, with a bad
You can see
decision
Moore
there.
starting to get
but again,
frustrated. Yeah, the ball winds up in her hands.
A little bit of energy here. Good way to push the ball there, but Trapp just all over it.
And you can hear Coach Sullivan telling them, go from the sidelines. Push it.
Stop walking. Stop
Yeah.
jogging back. Everyone needs to run out there full speed.
That had to be a point of emphasis in the locker room at halftime. So we have number 44, Zito, came out for the Blues. In her place, number 11, Brianna
There's a
Rodriguez.
three-pointer there.
And number 11 for Bucks County, Elise McClintock with the 3.
A little bit of an offensive explosion here.
Yeah, starting to fire things up.
And here we go. A little bit of a break here.
It's 2-on-2. They're both swarming.
Offensive
Reddington
foul.
taking the
Good defense
charge.
by Reddington. A little bit predictable on that. Maybe wanted to slow it down, maybe pull it out, just give her teammates a chance to get down. But again, they're pushing the pace. Their effort is picked up and their offense is picked up.
Passing it up to Kimberly McNillis at the top. Reddington open again for the 3.
It was rushed a little bit. Good defense, good rotation there.
That one was a little short. Bucks County coming down the court a little bit slower. Figure if you want to try to get back into this a little bit, if it's possible, you want to speed things up a bit.
Again, not a lot of movement here, but
You're starting to see some more plays being set up.
Exactly, they're running plays.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a hopeful pass, but McNellis comes up with
Hauls it in.
Great catch there by McNellis. I didn't think she was going to get to that.
No. Trap tossed it down like Peyton Manning, and McNillis and Marius Thomas there pulling that one in.
Yeah.
She's threatening on defense.
Yeah, a little bit of motion here, but it's very slow. It's not a lot of quick cutting.
Now they're trying to make some more moves. Got to hold on to that ball.
Not a bad play there, but you got to catch that ball and you got to finish with it.
They caught Brookdale slipping a little bit on the defense, but you got to finish. So we still have Reddington out on the court in foul trouble with 3.
Great pass inside, but unable to finish is Rodriguez. Yeah, very slow pace here.
There's Moores again, getting double teamed. Tried to find it inside again, but number 23, Julianne Schweikert. She couldn't grab it, but it went out of bounds.
Yeah, good job by Renton, and get a hand in there and knock the ball out. Again, that first pass now seems to be working, but it's got to be the second and third pass for Bucks to really, get them.
Tall pass up there went to the Bucks
Good
County.
job to get in the lane there.
Yeah, Jackie Walsh.
But again, not getting back on defense, and Reddington wide open under the basket.
Those quick points have really been a dagger in the side of the Centurions.
And it's tough because they've been playing much better offensively, but the defense has definitely struggled now. Maybe too much of an emphasis at halftime on the offensive game and not a lot on the defense.
Schweikert having a tough time there, and the paint really getting the shots up.
Seems to be having trouble handling the ball.
Yeah.
A little collision there, but everyone seems to be okay. But yeah, Schweikert having a tough time just hanging on to the ball.
Yeah.
Centurions ball. Winterstein heads back in for Bucks County.
So Moore's been passing them in from the sideline all night. Let's take another shot at it here.
Ooh, they try to feed it down there to Schweikert.
Yeah.
Brookdale's way out in front of that pass.
But you may have to start trying to find a different outlet
exactly.
if she's not producing offensively. Yeah. I don't know if they have anybody else that they can toss it to, though. As McNillis puts up the 3, in and out. They got to move now. 12:45 remaining. It's a 62-17 game in favor of the Jersey Blues.
Good look there. Just missed.
We're going to have a couple of players coming in on the next chance they have. It's like Danielle Pacini and Brianna Rodriguez, 2 of the freshmen. New player. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's 21, Amanda Jeffrey, another freshman as well.
Alexa Moores, second personal, third.
We haven't seen much of Jaisha Smith in this second half.
Not
After
yet.
some first half struggles scoring.
Yeah, she did have trouble.
Yeah. Towards the end, turned it up a little bit.
Shooting pretty poorly early on, but got it going a little bit later on the break.
Passing all around. Jeffrey is open in the corner. She's got her hands up. She's storming the basket. She's holding on to that ball. It's the second time. Holding on for too long, yeah.
Oh, and they'll double dribble. Unforced errors.
Yeah. Little mental, errors that really get you.
It starts to really, sneak up on you. All the stuff, little things, add up to just a lot, and everything starts going wrong, and it feels like you can't do anything right. But you got to stick with it, and you got to just keep going at it.
So when you log on to 90.5thenight.org, you got to check out the Artist Interview Archive, his local news, and download the free Song of the Week. The Song of the Week is Boxers by Matthew Ryan. You download the tune for free and get links to his website with our very own Song of the Week. So log on to 90.5thenight.org for music videos, our Twitter and Instagram feeds, and download a new free song from an artist you love from your very best local public radio station, Brookdale Public Radio, commercial free, 90.5 The Night.
And Pat, it's interesting to see that only 17 points put up here by Bucks County, but Saturday they put up 51 in a loss.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little surprising that they just have nothing going on. Maybe they're feeling the effects of that game. Maybe that was a close game and it just wore down on them. But maybe it's the Brookdale defense is really doing a good job of swarming to the ball and just cutting it down. But again, not a lot of movement from Bucks County, and if they're going to score points, they got to keep it moving.
And it was against Lehigh Carbon, who's not a bad team as well.
Good defense there by Moores. Good hustle there.
She's got to try to get it away, and she does to Kimberly McNillis.
Good job. Great job of hustle there by both teams. Good move inside.
Very good there. Drawing the foul was number 21.
May have got away with an extra
Jeffrey.
step there, but
yeah,
got it done.
I looked right at the ref when I heard the whistle. I know what they were going to call.
Well, you know, they're going to say the foul was before the extra step.
Yeah.
And that's probably what happened, so.
So Brookdale having these returning sophomores is going to help freshmen like Jaezer Smith, who just checked into the game. Maria Trapp was an All-American. Paxton Reddington was All-Region. Third straight, looking to get to the third straight region tournament.
Yep. You know, for players like Smith, it's important to get some action here early in the season. Develop some chemistry with your teammates.
Yeah.
And by the end of the year, we wouldn't be surprised if she's out here starting for the Jersey Blues.
No, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Coach Bob likes to switch some lineups up once in a while.
He likes to try different
looks.
looks.
Different packages.
Yeah, exactly. Run different styles almost with different looks. He likes to go big sometimes with a couple bigs. Sometimes he likes to go small with a quicker lineup.
There's Schweiker once more
Good
struggling to hold on to the ball.
Good passing there.
Yeah. Very good passing. Couldn't finish at the basket. It was Jeffrey who made the free
Schweikert again struggling, hanging on that ball a little too long, but she got it away. Moore's going to the basket, sees Trapp and thinks twice about it.
Yeah.
Probably a good decision there.
3 white jerseys in there. I would turn around as well.
Just Trapp, I think you'd probably turn around.
Yeah. She's a force to be reckoned with down there.
Those cross-court passes are dangerous. And again, a bad pass there to her feet.
Grabbed by Morris, wrestled away from Trapp. Shot
Pretty
goes
good look
up.
there.
Just off.
Good rebound there by Jeffrey. Oh, Moore's
nice
hustling.
Steal there by Alexa Moores.
Oh, and a better pass there might have got them an easy layup. But she'll
Still
pull
got
it.
the
and
shot
she gets it done.
opportunity.
Give her credit. She regrouped and got it done.
Yep, fumbled a little bit, recovered, scored the basket.
Dare we say an offensive outburst here by Bucks County.
There's an easy shot, looked like there.
Bucks County's already surpassed their first half total. So
yeah.
Getting a little bit better on the offensive end here.
10
but again,
points so
defensively
far.
really struggling now.
Brookdale isn't, scoring as rapidly as they did in the first half.
But maybe a little bit more easily.
Yeah, still on pace to score a decent amount of points. If Bucks
Good
County,
decision by Smith to pull that out. I like that decision. Smart, learning from her mistake, making the right decision, and then finds Trapp at the top of the key. An offensive rebound there by Jeffrey. Good move by Jeffrey.
Trying to get that
good
quick.
move.
Yeah.
Faked one way, turned around, and took it into the lane and got it over the big man.
Just under 10 minutes remaining. Brookdale is up 68-19 against Bucks County Centurions, visiting from Pennsylvania.
Good fake by Morse.
Yeah, trying to grab those passes.
Rink's got a cut on that. The Rink's just standing there watching. If she cuts to the basket, she's got herself a layup. Moore's made the right play, faked the defense, and drew them into her, but had nowhere to go with that ball. And they're lucky that it got knocked out of bounds because it could have been a turnover easily.
So Trapp is going to come out of the game for Ashley Zito. She can't catch a break as number 23 Schweiker.
Not looking confident when she releases that ball, just kind of throwing it at the basket. Good fake there by Smith.
Nice little move there by Smith.
Yeah. Shot there. Doesn't go. You know what? Schweikert's doing her job. Grabbing those defensive rebounds, really cutting off those offensive.
She's got to get it away a little quicker.
Yeah, she's got to get that ball and make the decision quicker. That's been the problem for the Centurions all day, just making those quick decisions.
Yeah.
A
lot of hesitation.
A lot of hesitation. A lot of second guessing.
There's inside to Schweiker. See if she can make that
shot. Not confident with it, just kind of throwing it up. That's a tough shot there, but
yeah.
A little bit of a good break there.
Ball wound up in the hands of her teammate, but the shot that she put up didn't land as well.
Oh, a little bit of an errant pass there. Pace kind of speeding up a little bit.
Yeah. So McClintock, who was along with Moores. Moores catching a little break. She's been working all game.
She looks exhausted out there.
Catching her in the corner there.
That's a bad place for her to be with her lack of ball handling.
Zito's been getting, hand on the ball all night.
Brookdale's really doing a good job of deflecting passes, jumping in the passing lanes. The big thing that I've seen is really doing a good job of getting in the passing lanes, beating the offensive player to the spot and creating turnovers.
Bucks County toss it in with 8.5 minutes remaining in the game. Bounced off the foot there of number 11, Brianna Rodriguez. So we will take a little bit of a break here on Brookdale TV. We'll come back the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. That'll be December 2nd. We got a fast break opportunity here, rushing down.
A little bit
put back by Smith.
Got to use that backboard.
Yeah, she got fouled, so she'll head to the line. But Brookdale's next game is the 25th against Passaic, at Passaic, but the next game covered here by Brookdale will be in December. So we'll look forward to seeing them, but we're not gone just yet. Don't forget the men's coming up next against the Raritan Valley Golden Lions.
I like it. I like that name.
That's a great name.
Tough name.
The men's squad, we'll talk a little about it later, but not a lot of guys returning.
Yeah, a little bit of a new look this year.
So
we'll
definitely
see how that goes. We'll maybe introduce you to some new faces and see how it goes.
So stick around. We'll talk a little bit pregame and see what they got to do. 8:09 remaining. Brookdale 69 and the Bucks County Centurions 19, looking to break that 20-point mark. 5 fouls though. That's hurting them.
That's hurting them, and and then again allowing a lot of offensive rebounds, especially early on in the half. They've been better since Schwakert's come in the game, but before she got here, it was rough.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities though that could have. Ooh, big shot there. 3. It was 2.
Cheney just knocking it down. Reckless abandon, just right in the defense's face.
Yeah.
That's a tough.
Yeah, it's really forcing it in.
I don't like that. They've been doing that a lot. I don't like that. They're just throwing the ball into traffic, and they really have to do a better job of making that, faking that, or finding someone on the backside. Just making better decisions.
Yeah, there's three defenders surrounding here. You're going to force it in there.
Yeah,
it's never going to work out. But Bucks County's been hustling in the second half to try to close this gap.
Again, that play is just not there. They need to think about doing something else here.
Yeah. Driving into the basket has been tough for him. Ball's getting swatted around everywhere.
They're hanging on to the ball, but they're just not being able to create a thing. And look, you give them credit. They're trying to run something. They're trying to create some offense here.
Absolutely.
But that same play is just not working.
Zito with the defense.
Interesting way.
Circus shot put up there.
Good defense there, and way ahead of the defense, just weaving through the defense there.
Really reminded me of last year of Lauren Bowler.
Yeah.
Speedy like that down the field was Danielle Pacini, freshman coming in from Keyport. So we'll take a timeout for Bucks County. And we'll keep plugging away for Old Brookdale Public Radio. 90.5 tonight, along with the Asbury Park Press, are proud to present Quincy Mumford and the Reason Why's third annual holiday show to benefit Mary's Place by the Sea. It's Friday, December 19th at the legendary Stone Pony. Doors open at 7:30 with Quincy and the band performing 2 sets, including cool covers featuring lots of surprise guests. So it'll be a night of holiday cheer, help keeping the folks at Mary's Place by the Sea build a bigger facility in Oceans Grove. Tickets are all ages and available now. Head to QuincyMumford.com/store. We'll also give a big thank you to our Brookdale cheerleaders here. Nice new squad coming out for the semester.
Yeah, our first look at the cheerleaders for the year. Doing a great job with that little dance there.
So this is the third annual Quincy Mumford and the Reason Why's holiday show. Once again, it's December 19th at the Stone Pony on Ocean Avenue in Asbury Park. Host to a lot of big acts there.
A lot of famous people come through there. Walk through those doors. As we wind down here with 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go, it's been a better half for Bucks County on the offensive end, but on the defensive end it's been worse. And if they could just put it together, they might have had a shot in this one. But just falling behind way too early, and the offense came late, the defense came early, but they couldn't put it together.
Execution, that seems to be the word of the day.
It is.
7-10.
You got to play a complete game, and they just, both aspects of the game haven't been there.
Yeah.
At times they've looked good on offense, at times they've looked good on defense, but we haven't been able to put it together more than a couple minutes. They've had stretches on both sides of the ball where they just really could not execute, and allowing offensive rebounding and allowing fast breaks, and on the offensive end just really not moving and just not being able to get a good shot.
With 7 minutes remaining in the game here, Brookdale's up 73-19. Bucks County with possession. Number 11, Elise McClintock. taking the ball down.
Again, that play just isn't there.
They were looking good in the first half of this, the first half of this second half. Running some good plays. Some new. You saw a lot of people, crashing through the baskets and everything. But now it's went stagnant again.
Exactly, and it's because they're running the same play over and over again. Really,
3 goes up there, but it's no good by McClintock.
Again, Brookdale running ahead of the pack here.
There's showcasing some of Smith's speed down
Good
the
decision
court.
by her, though, to pull it back out.
Yep.
Well, a lot of the younger players now getting a chance to play together here.
Yeah. That's a great put up there by Piccini, yeah.
Piccini looking good here. She's made a couple baskets here, maybe earning herself some playing time going forward here. You love to see Coach, Bob Dabino really giving the young players here some experience.
He did it all last season too.
Exactly.
All last season. You'd always see a lot of the quote-unquote bench players, the ones that are sitting down a little bit more, getting a lot.
Yeah, and then when it came time to close games, those players were able to come in and contribute. And do certain players with special abilities, really just unique abilities to either play defense or to rebound or to shoot jump shots or whatever it was. You could use them for stretches. No matter who you were, you always had a chance to play if the right situation occurred.
That's where it pays off when you have a Paxton Reddington or Megan DeGrush or somebody go down,
or even a Danielle Piccini in this case, just hustling out there, getting loose balls, knocking down shots.
Yeah, but like if one of those players go down, you have somebody that can go right in the ranks.
You have a game that your offense is struggling. You put Piccini in, she's a little bit of fresh air and a little bit of energy, and then stuff like that works for you when you find out in games like this.
Top of the key, trying to set something up.
Yeah, again, that same play they're running, there's not there.
So Moores
just ran to the other side of the floor is all it was.
Moores is heading off the bench now.
Not a bad 3 there.
As the offensive effort by Bucks County has really come to a standstill.
Zito just jumping right in front of the defense there.
Shot didn't look good. She's looking a little awkward.
She hurt herself there.
Yeah.
Doesn't look good. Used to be like an ankle or a knee.
Yeah.
She seems to be in a lot of pain.
Skipping around. I didn't see how she landed.
Yeah. I was watching the ball. I didn't really catch it, but she did look like she went down.
She's shaking a little bit. Looks visibly in pain. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. One of the emerging stars here, freshman squad coming in.
Definitely.
The Jersey Blues faced a bit of a tough opening schedule, but it's going to start to mellow out a little bit. There are a lot of D1, D2 schools over in Maryland.
They'll play some Region 19 games and get back into their
got all
schedule.
the normal teams, Passaic and Mercer, Middlesex, all the ones around the area, Ocean County.
Yep.
So they're going to start facing them in the coming
some
weeks.
Familiar teams, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're also going to see not this game coming up, Passaic. The one after that, they're going to go to the Mercer Mixer.
Yep.
One of the little events they have there, and face off against Delaware Technical. So that's a little bit different of a squad they usually don't see normally. So it's always nice to get those different squads you see in there, how you match up against these different people.
And as we wait to see Zito's situation, doesn't look good though. To be honest, she's been down there for quite a while, talking to the trainers. Crowd here is kind of just hoping for the best.
Yeah, he's moving the leg around, trying to see exactly what's hurt. I can't really catch it from this angle. Looks like it's maybe knee. That's what he's pushing on now.
The way she went down, it looked like she grabbed her knee or her ankle. We couldn't tell, but it looks to be more like a knee situation now.
So even though Thanksgiving hasn't come yet, we can always talk about Christmas, right?
Yeah, sure.
She gets back up, so big round of applause for her.
Yeah, hand from the crowd here.
Little help from the trainer and Coach Bob, but she's able to put some pressure on it, which is good to see that it's not too serious.
Yeah.
You never want to see when she's getting carried off. That's always rough to watch. But she's putting a little pressure on it. Hopefully she'll be back soon.
Yeah. And as soon as we hear anything, we'll let you know.
5.5 remaining in the game, 77-19. Safe to say that most of the starters' night is over, but we will have Jillian Trigg check back in since Zito is out now with the injury. And we will head back to the court. 77-19, Brookdale still in the lead. So Moores is back in the game as well for Bucks County. Schweikert is on the bench, getting a little bit of a break. Ooh, and there you go.
There's Smith.
Gets right over to Smith. Zooming down the court. Shot goes in, and it's good.
Finishing off the layup, and that's important. She was having trouble with that earlier, but really getting it done there.
Slowing things up a little bit here, a little surprising, is Elise McClintock. But they're really trying to get something going on offense.
Maybe actually trying a little bit different look there. Getting some good motion going.
They're not trying to force it inside to Moores, or who else was going inside was number 14, Jackie Walsh. Haley Rinkat, number 3, was taking some outside shots before, and look like they're trying to get that back to her once more. Brookdale passing back and forth.
A two-man game there.
Yeah. Playing a game of catch. Was that only a 2? Her foot was on the line.
Yep.
Was Amanda Jeffries. There's been a couple like that, so she can hit the 3. Yeah. She's got the capability to hit the 3, so that's another.
Maybe do a better job of knowing where her feet are.
Yeah, it's another
Again,
deep
a big
threat.
break here, and Smith just finishes it nice and easy.
Coach Bob looks like he might close out the game with the starters. We have Reddington Trapp and Kimberly McNillis waiting
maybe
on the
eyeing at a
sidelines.
100-point mark, maybe, with 4
know,
minutes to go here.
You never really look at the scoreboard. A win's a win, but it's always nice to get the triple digits for any team.
There. Oh, good offensive rebound there.
As a player, you're always hungry for it. The coaches can care
it's
less.
also early in the season. Just want to get everyone in a rhythm. They haven't been on the floor in quite a while, so let them get out there, get a couple more minutes, and want to build up the stamina for the rest of the season going forward.
Also, you want to have that showing to the rest of the division, to the rest of the region that hey, we're here to play.
Exactly. This isn't a practice. This is a game, and we're out here to play a game and get game experience. Whether you've been here before or not, it's always every time you play, you learn something new.
So they are going to check back in for basically the starting lineup minus Zito. But Danielle Pacini earned herself
looking like she's
staying in the game.
It's quite a performance by Pacini, definitely, to earn the spot here with the starters.
I would think if Zito is going to miss any extended time,
look
she
for
would
Pacini definitely to step in there. The way she's played today, definitely. You never know. Next man up, they say, right?
Yeah.
You never know who's going to go down, but you got to step up, you got to take over, and you got to
always got to be ready.
Yep.
So you heard Reddington still, a vocal captain out there on the court telling him, slow it up a little bit, walk the ball up, you don't got to run it.
Yeah, wide open. Good decision, though.
She started. Defender was closing in on her, tossed it off to Trapp. Pacini's open.
She traveled, though.
Yeah.
Got to shuffle. You got to watch those feet. Shuffling the feet all the time on the catch there. You got to catch the ball and step into the shot at the same time. You can't catch it and then step in. They'll never let that go.
So the view at the trainer's table, we see Zito getting a lot more motion on the knee. The trainer's working all around. So
at this point, you hope it's maybe a sprain and nothing too serious.
Just tweaked it a little bit. There's nothing crazy. We don't want flashbacks of what happened last year. That was tough to watch. With Reddington going down in the region final. Shot goes up. Oh, yep, grabbed by Reddington there. So once again, slowing things up. Kimberly McNillis is going to take point.
Good move.
And Trigg just
good move by Trigg.
Showing what she's made of.
It wasn't there and then all of a sudden it opened up and she was patient. She waited for it and she took it.
Yep. And she knew what she did. She had a little smile on her face there,
definitely. Too. It's always good when you make the right decision and it pays off.
Yeah. Long pass across the court.
Good job by Moores, though. Can't get it to go.
Can't doubt her hustle in tonight's effort. 2.5 remaining, 85-20. Jersey Blues looking to put this one away. Pass maybe intended for Reddington, but Trapp picked it out of the air. Winds up back to McNillis.
Blues just taking their time with the ball, trying to find the open shooter, and there it is.
Long 3 again, and it's good. That is Reddington's 4th three-pointer of the night, and the second one from long.
Right from that spot, too.
Same side, same spot, really, on the other side of the court, too.
That's probably more of how that play's probably supposed to look there, but again, they just can't get it to go.
The Brookdale defense is really, it's very in your face.
Yeah, they get hands up.
It's very hard.
They get very big. They use their hands. They get up. They put their hands up. They block a lot of shots. They deflect a lot of passes. It's really, it's all about, getting to the ball and about, swarming using swarming defense to really just cut off the offense from whatever they're trying to do.
2:04, 88-20 remaining. We have Ashley Zito up and walking at the sideline.
I think looks like she's got a brace on her knee, or maybe it's wrapped, but she is up and moving, so that's good to hear.
Yeah, that's great.
Good to see, rather, and we'll see how it goes going forward.
So they have a game just coming up. They have a tiny bit of a break up until Tuesday. So maybe take the first practice off and then hopefully come back for the Passaic game. I don't see any reason why, unless some setbacks happen, which hopefully they don't for the next Brookdale home game. So we'll look forward to that in December. As you see in the crowd is our very own Joe Nickerson from last year. One of the players that is not returning. Stick around. We'll talk about that more coming up in the men's game. They are going to be facing up the Raritan Valley Golden. I can't say enough. The Golden Lions.
Yeah, Golden Lions. I can't wait till the next game. We get to say it all the time.
We'll see if the jerseys can.
Yeah. If the jerseys can match the name.
If they can produce. Yeah.
Because here we were a little disappointed with the jerseys. Here we thought the Centurions would be a great name.
Yeah.
The jerseys might be reflecting that, but
Speaking of guys not coming back, somebody I'm missing is our sound guys up here who do the stadium sound. We got no music.
They did such a great job last year. We missed them.
And they were hysterical guys. If you're listening, guys, come back.
Yeah,
we miss you.
Yeah, definitely.
So as you heard our courtside announcer saying, 2 minutes left, 88-20 game.
It gets lonely up here.
It does. Trap. Right at the free throw line where she loves to take shots. Turnaround jumper. It's unstoppable. Brookdale was knocking on the door of 100 points. They got up to 90.
Yeah. Well, they hit a bit of a lull the last couple of minutes. So.
Yeah, they've been slowing it up. If they pushed it.
A couple threes here, you never know.
You do never know. I mean, just like that, things can happen. Get turned around very quick.
And there's a perfect example of a loose ball there. But they're going to slow it down.
Over to Smith in the corner.
He's going to run some clock here.
Minute left. They're going to be ticking down. Less than 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Reddington deep three.
Same spot.
And they almost gave it to her. Trap rushed in.
And one.
So she will try to make it a three-point play.
Trap really just saw the shot clock winding down and decided that she would go to the basket. And good things happen when you make good decisions.
Yeah. So it looks like Amanda Jeffrey is going to check in. We'll see who's going to be getting tapped out. Looks like some of the starters are going to come out now for the final minute. Reddington fighting for the ball. She's on top of it, trying to get it away to Trap, but her body landed on top of it. She couldn't get it out in time.
Good defense there.
So it looks like we have a foul against Brookdale, it seems.
Looks like Coach Javina called back all the subs and just going to just let these this squad here finish it out.
Finish it out, yeah.
A little bit more interesting here in the second half, but again, a lot of struggles for Bucks County, and they really just couldn't get much going.
So what do you think of the new look women's squad that came in?
They're looking good. A younger team, definitely. But, the veterans that are coming back, the sophomores, really are like the big three key players from last year.
Yeah.
Two of the top scorers from last year. Trap's looking, like she's got a little bit more of a jump shot this year. So it's exciting to see this team. I mean, going forward, they definitely can make another run at that national championship.
Yeah, you're missing Bowler, but I think Pacini's a great replacement.
Pacini's good, and I think just the combination of Smith, Pacini, Trigg, all the youngsters, I think it'll be good.
Coach Bob not disappointing. He never does. Final score is 92 and Bucks County 20. So Brookdale will take a little bit of a break, as we said. We will come back here for the women's game on Tuesday, December 2nd after the holiday season. Stick around. We have the men's squad coming up next against Raritan Valley.
Fans, coaches, and players, welcome to Brookdale Community College and the Robert J. Collins Arena, home of the Jersey Blues.
While we hope you enjoy your time here, we would like to take a minute to remind you of the importance of good sportsmanship.
The National Junior College Athletic Association is committed
to the ideals of good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play.
We ask all fans,
coaches, and players to show respect
for the opposing team,
game officials, and each other before, during,
and after today's game.
Persons throwing objects or participating in other acts in conflict with good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play
are subject to ejection and prosecution.
Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. We are all leaders.
Thank you.
Let's go, Blue!